Hey, this is Tuhon Aditya. This is for everybody on our Patreon page. Thank you guys so much for your support. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a conversation I've been seeing happening in the online sphere and the online spaces for a little bit of time now, a couple of weeks, and it's kind of confused me a little bit. And it's around telegraphy and how it's okay to telegraph. And I just want to give you my thoughts about it because I often talk about being efficient and not wanting to telegraph. And so I thought I'd give you my thoughts about telegraphy in relation to the conversation that's been happening online. Now, before we begin, I really do want to say that the people who have been talking about this online are people that I respect very much. They're people I have learned, I've never met them, but I've learned a lot from watching their videos, from listening to them speak about the martial arts. And I'm quite certain that I may have misunderstood what they were saying. But I think that if I've misunderstood what they're saying, maybe other people might have misunderstood what they're saying. And so I thought that maybe I'd make something to clear this up, or at least my way of thinking of it. But again, yes, these are people that I do respect very much, and they have taught me a lot. But when it comes to telegraphy, kind of the way that the conversation was presented was by showing world-class fighters loading their strikes and then striking with a lot of power. And at least what I understood about the conversation was that we need to worry less about telegraphy and focus more on generating power, which is not something that I disagree with at all. However, I do think that it is important to make certain distinctions and make certain clarifications. Number one, I believe there is a difference between loading and telegraphing. Okay? And number two, the context in which, or the weapons that you are using, the terrain that you're fighting in, and number three, the range that you're fighting in. I think these are three important considerations to keep in mind when we're talking about telegraphy. So let's start by talking about what I believe is the difference between loading and telegraphing. I'm going to use a weapon because the channel is based around Filipino martial arts, so I'm going to use a weapon. When I'm hitting the tire, I want to, of course, use power. I'm substituting the tire for obviously an opponent, but the tire is the heavy bag of weapon work, and I want to hit with power. Now, there is a difference. I mean, if I go from here itself, I'm just going to strike from here itself. It's kind of hard to get much power. We have loading positions, and I've spoken a lot about loading positions in Kali, in Pikiti specifically, on this channel, on the YouTube channel. We have loading positions for a reason, right? It's so that I can load up a strike so that when I'm hitting, I can hit with power, right? What I don't want to do though is what I do want to make a distinction between is a loading position that like this, my shoulder load, from where I can generate decent amounts of power, and just having a wild swing where I could still hit hard, like this big wild swing, I could still hit hard, but I don't necessarily need, if my body mechanics are right, if I set things up correctly, if my timing is correct, if my speed is correct, my body mechanics, my attributes are correct, I don't need such a big wind up to hit with the power that I would get already from a tighter angle, right? And so I think when we're talking about telegraphy versus non-telegraphy, when we're talking about still keeping in mind that we need to hit hard and have power generation, I think we need to generate as much power as we can whilst being as efficient as we can. And there is a difference between loading up a strike, however you may load up the strike, up here, loading up a strike and being just a wild big swing, There is a difference, and I think we do need to make that difference. And the same might be for striking. I think there is a difference between loading up a strike in striking, or loading up a strike and then punching, and just having a big wild swing. I think that as martial artists, we should be looking for efficiency without sacrificing power. That's the aim, right? That's the goal. Now let's talk about the second consideration, and that's the weapon that I'm using. If I am using a stick and my opponent is using a stick, and I have a big telegraph movement, and my opponent sees the strike coming, and maybe they hit my hand, or they hit a limb, or they hit me, it'll hurt, it could break a bone. Is it likely to finish the fight? Maybe, maybe not. Same thing with a fist. You know, if you have that amazing knockout power and you connect absolutely clean, definitely that's devastating. But if someone sees a big strike coming and empty hands, and they're not trying to attack your limb, or maybe they're at a range where they can't counter immediately, are you in danger of, in that instant, getting hit? Probably not. If I overcommit to a strike and they get to the side, yes, I could be in trouble. But if I have a sword, and I'm fighting someone with a blade, and now I have a big telegraph movement and I'm at like a longer range, and then this person or me steps away and cuts the hand, that is a lot of damage. That does matter a lot, right? That's not the same as getting hit with an impact weapon. When we stick fight, we often get hit a lot, and you only really feel the really bad hits. You only really feel, like for me, I've only ever felt in stick fights when I fractured a bone or broken a finger. In that moment, I felt pain. But all the other things are kind of like a dull thud, and you feel them later. But in that moment, you often don't feel them. In fact, we have this ritual where we go back to our rooms and then we're checking our bodies for bruises and stuff, because in that moment, you often don't feel it. But I will feel it if it was a blade. And so telegraphy suddenly becomes a lot more of a dicey thing when I have an edge that I'm facing against, and when the telegraphy leads to my arm being cut, which is again something that we train for in the Filipino martial arts. So the weapon system that you're using, the context you're fighting in, all of that stuff matters a lot when we're talking about how important it is to be efficient in our strikes and not to be wild in our strikes. The last thing I want to talk about is range. And this is also really important, because if I'm at this range from my opponent, or my opponent is at this range from me, it's going to be really hard for me to react to something efficiently or effectively in time. They can hit me with almost anything from this thing, and especially if I'm not expecting it, if my hands are down and I'm not expecting it, it's going to be really hard for me to react to something in time. And so oftentimes in street fights, what you'll see is someone getting in each other's faces, and then someone steps back to blade their body, and then they throw something. It's really hard for me to react to that at this range. Even if I know what to look for, if I stay at this range and I don't do anything to negate what's going to happen, it's going to be hard for me to react to that. Same with weapons. If I am within a certain range, it's going to be very hard for me to react to whatever my opponent is going to do. And so in that context, telegraphy doesn't matter as much. It doesn't matter as much. Especially like, again, if we have a weapon and they're at this range and they push into me and then step back with a big wild swing, which has happened to me in a stick fight. Someone slammed into me like this, pushed against my head, I went back, they stepped back, and they gave this big giant swing down the middle, right? In a situation like that, because we're so close and then they're pushing me back and I'm off balance and then they're giving this big strike, it's going to be really hard for me to react efficiently and effectively to that. So range plays a big role in how important it is to hide your telegraphy. If I am at a longer range, where especially with weapons which can be really long range, if I'm at a longer range, every single movement that he does, I can see quite clearly and I have the time to react to that. So if this person is giving me really big wild swings, I have the time to react to that, and that reaction could be many things. It could be hitting the hand, could be just getting out of the way, but I have the time to react to that. Whereas if this person disguises how they're entering into range and then disguises their strikes or enters behind something or sets up a strike, then suddenly it becomes a lot harder for me to read and to react to what they're doing. So telegraphy isn't necessarily bad if we're talking about loading up a strike. I do think telegraphy is bad if it's an overly exaggerated thing, especially at longer ranges. When we are at closer ranges, you may not pay for it as much. But I also don't think there's anything wrong in trying to strike with efficiency, as long as you don't forget the other part that we attach to efficiency, which is effectiveness. And you're not going to have effective striking if you don't have power. Now there's one more conversation we can have about loading, is how do we disguise loads. Like for example, I have in the past on this channel talked about something I call the angle 1 problem, which is that every time I go for an angle 1, I'm open a little bit, especially if I'm loading over here. And so then how do I disguise that? And you can disguise that in a couple of ways. You can do it behind an umbrella, you can do an angle 1 after a horizontal, you can do an angle 1 after a thrust. But this leads to an interesting conversation about what is a loading position. For me, a loading position is not touching the shoulder, touching the hip, touching the shoulder. It's not necessarily that. These are zones that I want to strike from. So my shoulder load, for example, isn't necessarily touching the shoulder once I'm good at it. it's just this zone. So I can still go an umbrella to an angle 1 and still be going from my shoulder load zone. Same with this high load, you know, it's a zone. I can still be going umbrella and coming right back down from that basic general zone. Same for that low load. I don't have to be touching the ground to be doing that low load. It's just me dropping the stick kind of low, and it's in that zone. So in the beginning we talk about loading positions in exaggerated ways. I want you to touch the shoulder because I want to make sure that you are pulling your weapon back to your body and that you're loading correctly. But once you know what to do, you no longer have to touch the shoulder. You can just go from somewhere around here, as long as you find a way to still generate power from whatever it is that you're doing.